What is up, everybody? It is I, Alex, the Boogeyman, title box covered Pittsburgh / Rochester with your focus point. And it is the final week of our Fight Like series. We've done it for the last couple months. Hope you've enjoyed it. We're taking a legendary boxer and we've emulated their style, thrown their combinations, learned their signature techniques. We're going to go back to regular focus points after this week. But first, we're going to end with a local legend. It makes sense. Carmen, the onion farmer, Basilio. He grew up in nearby Canastota, fought out of Syracuse, later moved to Rochester, worked at the Genesee Brewing Company, and he actually touched the lives of many people here. I've met a lot of folks who said they knew him growing up, said he taught him how to box. By all accounts, a wonderful, wonderful guy. And he was a great boxer too. He was the real deal. He fought during the late 40s, 50s, early 60s. That was another golden era of boxing. Some of the best fighters of all time fought during that era. In fact, Carmen's most signature win is against none other than the greatest of all time, arguably the greatest of all time, Sugar Ray Robinson. He beat him in 1957. It was an amazing fight. It wasn't like a washed up Sugar Ray Robinson or anything. No, he was the middleweight champion. Carmen Basilio took the title from him. He was also a two-time welterweight champion as well. But he beat him in a great classic war. In fact, Carmen was in 5 fights of the year, consecutive years. No one else has ever done that. I don't think anyone's ever been even close to it. So when he was going to fight, it was going to be a war. It was going to be a lot of fun. So how are we going to have fun? How are we going to go to war with these heavy bags? Well, I'll tell you. Number one, Carmen Basilio was known more than anything else for body shots. Lots and lots of body shots. Like many fighters of that era, he had that kind of low crouch stance. He would get down low and throw those hooks to the body, uppercuts to the body, liver shots, all that stuff. And he would do what we do a lot in class combos, that body head action. Use the body shots to set up the head and even a little bit of vice versa. So you better believe we're going to be doing lots of body shots this week. Next, slips and rolls. Bobs and weaves. He had great head movement. Now he's a tough guy, certainly didn't mind taking a punch, but he was very good at rolling underneath punches, moving his head offline. Again, with that crouch stance, that low stance, it made it easy to dip down and move that head. He was very good at it. He would use it to get inside, he'd use it to get in the pocket, he'd use it to get out of the pocket. He's actually the only person, well, maybe I've seen it like once or twice before, the only person I can think of right now who successfully rolled a punch and threw a body hook at the same time. You see this on Instagram a lot with the mitts, people trying to look cool. You see it at AUX sometimes. You never really see it in the ring. But he actually did it. So we're going to do that too. And then finally, as I alluded to a little bit earlier, I heard Carmen described recently as one of the greatest action fighters of all times. And I like that term, action fighter, because again, his fights were full of action. Now, he was a pressure fighter. That's the more common term you're going to hear, swarmer. But there are some swarmers or pressure fighters who want to come in and shut down their opponent's attacks. They want to stifle them. That was not the case with the onion farmer. No, he would get in there and get into the pocket and just slug it out. Again, he was in fights of the year multiple times. Anytime you watch the Carmen Basilio fight, you are going to get some good action. So this week, more than any other, I want you to keep the action going in the rounds. Do not stop punching. If I'm changing the combination, you can keep your hands up and look at me, or you can keep punching and listen while I tell you what the add-ons are going to be. You don't have to stop. Don't put your hands down. Don't get into a tall stance, a stiff leg stance, heels on the ground, flat-footed. I don't want to see any of that in the rounds. No, you're going to keep fighting. If you get tired, too bad. Suck it up. Push yourself. Get better. Because that is how we become a legend. That is how we fight like the local hero, Carmen Basilio, this week.